Every logistic operator knows where their freight is right now. That's not the problem. The problem is what happens after it gets there. And it's a problem most logistic operators have been living with for so long, they've stopped seeing it as a problem. They have accepted it as the cost of doing business in a complex industry. I'm Dan Pereira. This is AI for Logistics. And today in episode 1, we are breaking down exactly where the real operational and financial visibility gap sits in mid-market logistics, trucking, freight forwarding, supply chain, 3PL, and what AI automation actually looks like when it's built right for this industry. Let me be specific about the gap, because it's not what most people think. GPS tracking works, fleet management software works, your TMS gives you shipment visibility. Most mid-market logistics operators know exactly where their freight is at any given moment. But here's what they can't see clearly. Billing disputes between what your POD system says was delivered and what your customer is claiming was received, proof of delivery records that don't match across systems, finance teams manually reconciling invoices against loads every single week, touching every transaction even though 80% of them require no human judgment whatsoever. Dispatchers spending their entire day on the phone coordinating routes, driver assignments, and load management that should be running automatically. Customers calling your office for status updates because nobody is proactively communicating. And underneath all of that, 5 or 6 disconnected systems that each do their individual job adequately but don't talk to each other. Your TMS doesn't connect to your accounting systems. Your fleet software doesn't feed your CRM. Your fuel management data sits in isolation. Your customer relationship information is scattered across emails and spreadsheets. That's not a technology problem. You've invested in systems that are an integration and automation problem. And it's costing you margin, client relationships, and team capacity every single day. Here's what this looks like inside a real operation. We are working with a California logistics company right now, trucking operation with fleet management software, fuel pumping software, QuickBooks for accounting, and a dispatch function that was being managed manually by someone on the phone all day. When we started the discover phase of our double diamond methodology, mapping every workflow, every data flow, every system touchpoint before touching a single line of configuration, what we found was consistent with what we see across logistics operations. 5 disconnected systems generating valuable operational data that nobody could see in one place. A dispatcher spending their entire day on phone calls that an AI agent should be handling. A finance team manually reconciling invoices against delivery records because the systems didn't talk to each other. Customers calling to status updates because there was no proactive communication system. And client relationship information scattered across emails and spreadsheets with no central record of interactions, history, or status. The freight was moving, the business operating around it was running manually. What they needed wasn't another standalone software tool. They needed an integrated operational platform, one that connected every system they already had, added AI automation for the coordination and communication work consuming their team's time, and gave their leadership team a single live view of their entire operation. So here's what we're building. A unified operational dashboard that integrated their fleet software, fuel management system, accounting platform, and operational data into one real-time view. And critically, an embedded CRM inside that dashboard so every client, every load, every interaction, every relationship history lives in one place. Not 5 systems with 5 different versions of the same client. One complete picture. An AI dispatch agent that handles route assignment, load coordination, and driver communication, automatically eliminating the manual dispatch function and freeing that person to manage exceptions and relationships instead of phone calls. An AI voice agent that handles every inbound call, client status inquiries, booking requests, general questions automatically, qualifying what needs a human, handling what doesn't, eliminating the constant phone interruptions that fragment every day for everyone on the team. That's not just automation. That's an operational transformation that changes how the business runs, how the team operates, and how clients experience working with them. Now the governance piece. And this matters in logistics because your data touches everything simultaneously. Your logistics operation handles client data, shipment data, financial data, supply data, and driver data all at once. Every AI system you deploy needs defined boundaries on what it can access and what it can action. Full audit trails on every automated decision. Human approval gets for high stakes operational calls. And for our European and Scandinavian clients, GDPR compliance built into every data handling protocol from day one. That governance layer is not overhead, it's the architecture that makes every deployment safe to scale. This week on AI for Logistics, we are going deep on every dimension of this. Tomorrow, we are breaking down the 4 logistics workflows that should never require a human. Thursday, we are covering the data security and compliance framework. Friday, we are taking you inside the full implementation story with specific results. And in June, we are going deep on the double diamond methodology itself, the exact framework we use on every single implementation across every vertical we work in. But first, if your logistics operation looks anything like what I just described, the next step is a conversation. Book your free consultation at jxtech.ai. Let's map your operation and find exactly where your visibility and automation gaps are costing you margin right now.